Cardinal Stadium for this evening's football contest between the JCHS High School Cardinals and the visiting Craftsmen of Bristol-Plymouth Regional High School. This is Tyler Clark, Swansea Cable Access Channel 9. Alongside me is Jared Neville, and we are excited to bring you another season of Case High School football.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I'm glad for another season of football. Let's get this show on the road.
Jared, we went from one extreme to the other. It was 90 degrees all week, and currently I am wearing jeans, and I brought a sweatshirt with me because it's about 65 degrees at game time here. Yeah. Still early off in the year where it's not quite dark out at kickoff time. It's September 7th, so a little bit of light. That won't last very long.
Number 34, James Carson.
Bristol-Plymouth has won the toss, and they will receive, along these days. Number 11, Clayton Dyer, ready to do the kicking for Case. Their opening game of the year, I believe, for Case and for Bristol-Plymouth as well. So, first game for Swansea Cable Access and for Case football to start the year off. Clayton Dyer getting ready to kick from the 40-yard line. There's a bit of a delay on the field. I'm not quite sure why.
Looks like we had a fan on the field for a moment.
And we're still waiting. Going to keep everyone in suspense here for the opening kickoff of the year.
What a way to start the year.
Dyer is still just kind of standing there. We still haven't received any word as to what is going on. I genuinely have no idea. Everyone, are we just about ready now? Okay, there we go. There's the whistle. Now we can get ready to start a season of Case football.
Here we go.
And here's Dyer's opening kick. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to be fielded out about the 25-yard line of Bristol-Plymouth, and dodging a couple tackles, and finally wrapped up after a few misses there. That was number 24, Marcus Pitsley for the Craftsmen. He's going to be tackled out, I think, just past the 35-yard line. And Bristol-Plymouth is going to get ready for their first drive of the game.
Yeah, pretty good starting position for the Craftsmen here. We'll see what they can do with it.
At their own 37.
Going to officially be marked at the 37-yard line. Case already has their first play, so that was fast. Here come the Craftsmen, number 10, Roman Barros, the senior quarterback, going to take the snap for the Craftsmen. He's going to start this out of the shotgun. He has three wide receivers to his right, one to his left, and a back just to his right. Barros is going to take the snap. He's going to look to pass, throwing it down the left sideline. He has a man just over the head of number 81, Akbar Christmas, the senior wide receiver for the Craftsmen.
Intended for number 81, Akbar Christmas.
Jared, right out of the gate with a pass. You don't really see that in this level of football. You see mostly running, but Bristol-Plymouth is showing they're not messing around here. Incomplete, but shotgun formation. Be interested to see if they continue that going forward.
Good job with Ventura there on that coverage.
And it'll be a second down and 10 now for the Craftsmen. Same thing with the 37-yard line. Barrows going to be an inside handoff. That went absolutely nowhere. That was Pitsley who received the kickoff there. Just tackled quickly. Ty Kudo, I believe, on the tackle there, number 45 for Case. Number 50, Noah Casado in there as well. I saw Kudo there as well. That was a loss of a couple of yards. I would say a loss of 4. That's going to back the Craftsmen up to, I would say, about the 32-yard line. I can't really tell. The scoreboard hasn't caught up yet. It's going to be 3rd and 14, though. Wait, Jared, 3rd and 14. I would expect a pass here.
Yeah, I would expect a pass, too. They're probably looking towards Christmas's way again.
Akbar Christmas, number 81. You see at the top of your screen there. Bristol-Plymouth, same formation again with the 3 wide receivers to the right and 1 to the left.
And Case is really pressing the coverage here.
Here goes Barros with the snap. He is going to look to pass. Going to be a screen up the middle, and it's going to be complete.
And he has space.
A lot of space in front of him. Still going. Cut to the right. He's going to be tackled behind. He actually went back.
Looks like he got the first down, though.
That was Pitsley. Number 56, Isaac Tucker, came up from behind. Pitsley had the first down. Then Jared, he went backwards. I'm not sure if he still got it. I think he did get it. He did get the first down. Boy, screenplays, they all get all or nothing with those sometimes. That could have gone absolutely nowhere, but he broke it. And a first down on a 3rd and long for the Craftsmen.
And you got to compliment the quarterback there. That was a good job of letting the defensive line fall in and then dinking it right over their heads.
When you're running a screen play, you want to let the defensive lineman come to you so you lose the whole defense around you, then dump it off to your wide receiver or your running back, which is exactly what Barros did there. 1st and 10, Barros. I mean, another pass out. The pass is completed. Past the 40-yard line, that's number 28. Alex Zamora for the Craftsman. I think he got another first down on the play.
28, Alex Zamora.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting the pass game moving here. That was a nice play. I don't know if you saw it, but Christmas, number 81, did a slant on the inside, drew the defense away with him, ended up giving space for his slot receiver out there.
It resulted in a large first down. Jared, I must say, I am very impressed with Bristol-Plymouth so far in this game. A lot of good, solid gains. They had that one run that didn't go anywhere, but other than that, they had an almost long pass play and then two straight pass plays that yielded a good amount of yardage. Here's Barros out of the shotgun once again. Case showing blitz. Snaps over the head of Barros. The ball is on the ground. He's going to fall on that. Crisis or disaster averted for Bristol-Plymouth. I think he got that. And a tackle was made on the play by number 50 for Case. That was Casado again. That's the danger of using the shotgun formation. The ball goes right over your head. That's an enormous loss.
Yeah, tough
I would say that's a loss of probably about 15 yards on that play. Let's see what they officially mark it as, but that's going to back Bristol-Plymouth all the way into their own field position, about the 42. About a 19-yard loss. That will bring up a 2nd and 29.
Second down and 29.
I don't think I have ever in my life said the words 2nd and 29 in succession in a football game.
Well, it's safe to say I'm sure Bristol-Plymouth will be coming out looking to pass.
I was going to say,
again.
this is probably going to be a pass here. As Barros, once again out of the shotgun formation. Let's see what he does. And it is going to be a pass indeed. And throws across the middle, and that might be, was that intercepted? I don't think, no, it was hit the ground incomplete.
Yeah,
almost intercepted by Danny Silva, number 7, also the quarterback for Case. And that's going to be a 3rd and 29. Jared, I am not a football coach, but I don't know of a lot in the playbook for a 3rd and 29. If I was playing Madden, I would usually select the Hail Mary option.
Good time to have
pray,
Calvin
but
Johnson on your team.
this is not a video game, so we don't really quite have that luxury. I don't know. I'm thinking that I'm going to think they're going to throw a screenplay or something short here and hope that they bust it. That's really the only hope.
Well, let's see what Case does here. They got burned
3rd and 29.
Sure
Case has to hold
ready for it.
Barros out of the shotgun. He is going to throw. It's going to be a little screen dump-off pass. It's completed. And, solid contact there.
And the ball's down.
On the ground. Was that a fumble? Because Casado has it. There goes Casado. He runs into his own man and out of bounds. I honestly didn't see the fumble. Obviously, it took place in front of the sideline here.
Carson, fumble on the play, recovered by the Cardinals.
The catch was made by number 34, James Carson.
First down and 10 for the Cardinals.
He has some decent yardage, and he fumbled, and Casado picked it up.
20-yard line.
That was almost a James Harrison from the Super Bowl. What was that, 43, I think? Cardinals Steelers rumbling down the sideline there. Casado, that probably would have been his first career touchdown. So Case, some incredibly good field position for their first offensive series of the year. Can't really get much better than that.
Nothing like starting off in the red zone.
20-yard line for your first possession of the year. Silva, the quarterback, under center. He's going to hand it off inside to number 5. That's Ty. And that's Ty Kudo, number 5. And he's going to be tripped up near the goal line. I said number 45 for Kudo before. But he's actually number 5. The reason, Jared, I said for number 45 because I was watching a couple games from last year. And last year, Kudo was number 45. That's Ryan Martin this year. Kudo with a great first run. That's going to put Case very, very close to a touchdown. And let's say that's about a 3-yard line. 15-yard gain. 1st and goal for Case as Silva gets under center again. He's got Martin, and he has Kudo behind him as well. Handoff inside to Kudo, bouncing in, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown for Case. Ty Kudo on the 2nd offensive play of the year for the Cardinals is into the end zone, and it's 6 minutes and 51 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It is 6-0 Case. That drive helped by virtue of a very long fumble recovery and return by Noah Casado before.
If you're the Cardinals, you got to feel great about this.
That got the momentum on their side right now. They're going to go for 2. Unless they're going to line up the kick. Actually, they're going to kick the extra point. I stand corrected. Clayton Dyer, number 11, going to kick the extra point. I don't remember the last time I saw Case football kick an extra point. It's up, and it's a low line drive. And did he get it? And he did not. He missed it wide to the left. So the extra point is no good. 6 minutes and
With
51
6:51 to
seconds.
play in the
It's 6 to
opening
nothing
quarter.
case over
Cardinals 6,
Bristol-Plymouth.
Bristol-Plymouth, nothing.
So, Jared, that was quite a change in momentum. Bristol-Plymouth had a pretty good drive going, well, up until they hit 3rd and 19. All of a sudden, a fumble, a long return by Quesada, when 2 plays later, Case punches it in.
Yeah, you can just feel the energy right now.
We got a
Case is ready to go. It's a great way to start the year. Nothing like starting the year in the red zone. I said
right.
it once.
First drive of the year, they start from the 20-yard line.
It only
Pretty
takes
good-
2 plays right up the gut, right into the end zone.
Pretty good crowd on hand for Case. I mean, I'm not talking Case Somerset Berkeley here, the Thanksgiving Day game where all the stands are full throughout the whole stadium. Which, Jared, we talked about this before. That was an excellent game last year. Case did end up losing it, but that was still fantastic. The energy was real. And I remember the first play was a fumble, and then another fumble, but there was a penalty. Not quite the same vibe, but still, first game of the year, excitement.
Yeah, it's getting off on the right foot, and that's what you got to do. You got to take one game at a time, one quarter at a time.
Really, that's how you do it. So Clayton Dyer, number 11 for Case, going to get ready to do the kicking again.
Number 11, Clayton Dyer to kick it off.
Bristol-Plymouth, I'm sure, will be hoping for a
Bristol-Plymouth.
different result
Number 34, James Carson.
than last time with a fumble on a 3rd and 29 play. The last time Dyer went to kick, there was an inexplicable pause going on. I still have no idea what that was for. Doesn't seem like it'll be the case this way. Dyer checks both of his sides. Referee is telling him to go. And Dyer is ready. He checks them, and here we go, 6 to nothing.
Yeah, pretty good
nice
kickoff
kick
there.
by Dyer. That's going to be fielded by Bristol-Plymouth. That's James Carson. He gets hit pretty hard at the 25-yard line. A short return.
Tackled by number 35.
James
Logan
Carson, who
Medeiros.
I'm sure will go out there and hold the ball a little tighter than he did last time.
Bristol-Plymouth will start first down and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 coming up now for the Craftsmen. Jared, I must say, Rowan Barros, the senior quarterback for the Craftsmen, threw the ball very well on his first possession.
Yeah, they ran a pretty good scheme there. They had a little bit of movement, moving guys around, making space. They did a good job. The fumble killed them, obviously.
Right, and
but-
the snap over the head, too, but that really wasn't the quarterback's fault. That was just the snap that had to be a little bit lower.
Yeah, these are some of the things you got to clean up if you want to be able to keep up with the Cardinals tonight.
And Craftsmen seem like they're just going to go with a complete shotgun formation as Barros once again is going to take that snap out of the shotgun. And he does, and it's going to be a handoff to the left. That was Pitsley. He's got some room in front of him, and he's going to run to the back of his own guy.
We got a
Not
flag
much
on the
room.
play.
We're flag on the play. That might be a hold. Number 77 for Bristol-Plymouth is going, who, me? That's not me. That's Jared Colston.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to catch him on the back end of that block.
Bristol-Plymouth coach isn't too happy about that. I heard him yelling about something. Officials are discussing right now, but I think that's going to be a hold on Colston, if I had to guess. It's actually it's illegal contact, I believe, was that call.
Illegal block against
Or illegal block.
Bristol-Plymouth.
Official puts this like an open-faced palm up. That's an illegal block. If he like has a closed fist, that's a hold. That was an illegal block. I don't know. They don't really say who the penalty is on, but the way that number 77, Gerald Colston, the senior offensive lineman, was acting, I believe it's going to be on him. And regardless, it's going to be on the Craftsman, so that's going to back him up. The decent first down run is completely negated.
Like I said before, these are just small things you got to get cleaned up if you want to keep up with the Cardinals tonight.
I don't. They might end up actually. Are they gonna? Okay, it's gonna be a 5-yard penalty. So it wasn't a hold. It was just a.
Penalty will be first down and 15.
So it's gonna be a 1st and 15, which is better than at least a 1st and 20. But still, you have to want to avoid the penalties.
Back to their own 23-yard line.
Bristol-Plymouth is going to try this again. Once again, we have Barros out of the shotgun formation. He has 2 wide receivers and 2 backs, 1 on each side of him. Here's the snap to, there's the snap to Barros now. Looking to bomb it. Now he thought about it. He's going to take off and run with it to the left.
He's got
now
nowhere
he's
to
going
go.
to throw it.
And he had a man
Somehow he gets it to number 34. That's Carson. I really thought he was going to take off and run with that ball. I think Carson with a delayed coming out of the backfield and caught it. That was a really good gain on that play.
Yeah, it looks like he might have picked up the first down here.
And the official is waving it on. That is a first down. That play looked doomed. It looked like Barros was going to get ready to bomb that to the left. I think he had Christmas up there, which, Jared, to be said, is pretty an awesome last name to have. Akbar Christmas, a senior wide receiver for the Craftsmen. Regardless, it's a 1st and 10 now for Bristol-Plymouth. That's going to be about the 37-yard line. Barros directing his offensive lineman, maybe pointing out someone to block. It's going to be an inside handoff, a quick snap, quick handoff to number 24. That was Pitsley. He didn't really get a lot on that play, maybe 1 or 2 yards.
Casey's been all over the run.
Yeah, Bristol-Plymouth is not really getting a whole lot on the running game. Isaac Tucker in there on the tackle, as you can probably hear from the PA announcer. 2-yard gain. I think Bristol-Plymouth is going to win this game. They need to keep going with their passing attack, which, as Jared, as we said before, is not really something you see very often at this level. You see mostly running, like 80% of the time. But Bristol-Plymouth is completely throwing that out the window.
Yeah, going against the grain here. I love it.
Barros again out of the shotgun. Barros is pretty good arm to him, so why not? It's going to be another handoff to Pittsburgh.
Oh,
ball's on the ground. Penalty flag is picked up by Case. That's number 56.
And he's in.
Isaac Tucker in for a touchdown. Let's see what the penalty is on, though. As of right now, it's a touchdown for Case, which makes the score 12-0. If that's an offensive penalty, the touchdown stands. And it looks by how everyone is... And it looks like it might actually be on Case. I'm not really sure.
That's the marker from the phone.
We stand corrected. There is no penalty.
There is no penalty. Okay, I thought it was a penalty flag. It was actually just the marker, so it is a touchdown for Case. That's Isaac Tucker. I see, Jared, you can probably see this like little piece of yellow out on the field. That's what I thought was the penalty flag, but it might just be paint from the middle of it.
It's actually the referee's marker.
It could be okay. Well, regardless, it doesn't matter. It's 12-0 Case. The extra point by Clayton Dyer. It's another low line drive, and I didn't get that one either. So 2 missed extra points is by Dyer. Both missed. 5 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. 12-0 by 2 enormous turnovers by the Case defense. One of them almost resulting in a touchdown. The other one resulting in a touchdown. Jared, the offense has run 2 plays and it's 12-0.
Isn't that incredible?
That's just Bristol-Plymouth. They seem to run a pretty high octane offense, but I don't know if they just need to slow it down because that's two fumbles on top of that. I don't even remember offhand who fumbled the last one, but it was in the backfield, and Tucker scooped it up and ran all the way into the end zone with it.
Well, you got to give it credit to the Case D-line. They're penetrating on every single play. You noticed it with the run stopping. They're putting pressure on the quarterback on every single play.
Bristol-Plymouth, with the runs that haven't gone anywhere and the huge loss there, net yardage is probably, I don't think it's 0, but it can't really be that high. It's probably maybe in the teens or maybe the 20s. But excellent job so far by Case, and 5 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first quarter. It's already 12-0. 2 drives for Bristol-Plymouth, both of which have resulted in a fumble recovered by Case. One of them was Noah Casado, if you might remember. And a really good return push out of bounds to the 20, and Isaac Tucker took that one all the way back. And it's going to be another nice kick. And the ball's on the ground again. Finally picked up, though, by the Craftsman. And that's number 34. That's James Carson. There goes Carson.
And he's gone.
And he is going to take this one all the way to the end zone for a touchdown for Craftsman. What a crazy game this is so far. He fumbled that return and a bounce. And the coach banging his feet up above me right now. That's going to be a touchdown for the Craftsman. That reminds me again with the NFL. Was it the miracle at the New Meadowlands there? The Giants and Eagles had that crazy punt return to Sean Jackson. He dropped it. When he dropped it, the defense all came to him, and then he ended up being able to spring it. This is a slightly different circumstance here.
Oh, we got 2 extra points going on.
Another extra point. Yeah, this extra point is going to be, I can't see who this is. It looks like Andrew Begley, number 18. Yes, Andrew Begley, number 18 for Bristol-Plymouth. Going to get ready to do the kicking. 4 minutes and 49 seconds to go. It's 12-6, trying to make it 12-7 here. Begley's going to get ready. Number 22 on the hold. That's Ryan Stoddard.
Good snap.
The ball is down. The kick is up. I think he got that. That's right down the middle, and it is good. So 4 minutes and 49 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's 12-7 Case over Bristol-Plymouth. Well, Bristol-Plymouth's offense has been doing decently, but they've had a couple fumbles. You wouldn't have to worry about the offense fumbling the ball if you just take the kickoff back for a touchdown. That problem settles itself.
Yeah, they're fixing their own problems here, as you can see here.
So we're going to get, unless barring a another kickoff return by Case here, or something weird happening. We're going to get Case first look at the Case's actual offense here this year, from not starting in the red zone, which is always good. More people have managed to fill in around us as this game has begun, which I'm not surprised given that it's opening night. The weather is actually pretty nice out.
The Friends of the Cardinals are going through the stand selling tickets for the 50-50 raffle.
This game is played on the day after the opening NFL game, played by the Falcons-Eagles the other night, last night won by the Eagles 18-12.
Please support the Friends of the Cardinals.
Darren, I know you're a big Detroit Lions fan. Who do they have on Sunday? I forget.
We don't play Sunday. We actually play Monday night.
Oh, that's right. Monday Night Football.
That's right.
Against the
Detroit.
Jets.
Sam Darnold's going to get his first start as a rookie for the Jets. We'll see how he does.
I know, Jared, we got week 3. You got the Lions, we got the New England Patriots. Matt Patricia's return to New England. I believe that's a Monday night game as well. Sunday night game. Matt Patricia, former defensive coordinator of the New England Patriots, now the head coach of the Detroit Lions, going to come back to New England. His reunion. Of course, when you watch this game, that game's probably already happened. There goes Case with the long return as I'm saying that. Oh my goodness, that's number 11, Clayton Dyer. Jared, I can't believe it. It's a touchdown for Case now. I cannot believe this. I was joking when I mentioned a kickoff return from Case. Talk about trading places. Another touchdown. There's 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the first quarter, and there have already been 4 touchdowns in this game.
If just when you thought we were going to see Case's offense.
I said before, we're finally going to see Case's offense barring a kickoff return, and they take off the kickoff. As I'm talking to you about the NFL football, and Case Clayton Dyer takes it all the way to the house. That makes it 18-7, and a score you really never see.
This is
and they're gonna give up the kicking, and they're gonna go for the 2-point conversion as Silva under center. He's gonna hand it off inside to Kudo, and Kudo is going to plow ahead. He's gonna get that 2-point conversion. That'll make the score 20-7. 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the first quarter. Jared, I am already losing my voice with all the action so far. I have 2 big Powerades up here with me. I think I'm gonna need both of them. I truly cannot believe it. I completely mean that. There have already been 4 touchdowns. We are barely over halfway through the first quarter of the first game of the year.
It seems like it's going to be one of those classic shootouts. We'll see what's going on.
I mean, this game, you've seen this before, and the game ends up being, 20-14 when everyone settles down, or you might see it be, 70-63 for all we know. So I really, truly thought we were going to have our first look at the Case offense, and nope, Clayton Dyer decides to change that. So let's see if we can make a stop on a kickoff here, as Bristol-Plymouth, as just moments ago, also took the kickoff back. That was number 34, James Carson, as I try to learn the names of these Bristol-Plymouth players.
All right, here we go. Moment of truth.
I mean, the easiest way to do that would be just to squib it, which we've seen that before.
Carson back to receive for Bristol-Plymouth.
Carson, man of the hour, back to return there for Bristol-Plymouth. I don't know what Case is going to do. Well, you see more fans. If fans are just showing up at the game, they're going to look at the scoreboard and think, what the heck? It's already 27, and it is going to be a squib kick. That might be fumbled. No, barely recovered there by Bristol-Plymouth. I did not even see who got that. I think it was number 54, Sean Mayer for the Craftsman. So, Jared, that was pretty smart. Give Bristol-Plymouth a good field position and give up the chance of them, returning a kickoff all the way for a touchdown.
And why not? Case's defense has been all over them all day.
A couple passes. I mean, Bristol-Plymouth has moved the ball and then shot themselves with
45-yard run.
Bad fumbles, but let's see if that can continue. 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Not the first half, the first quarter. Barros is going to come out of the shotgun again. Handoff inside. That didn't go anywhere again. That was number 26, Ryan Holdsworth. That was his first carry of the game.
26, Ryan Holdsworth.
That didn't go anywhere. Jared, you said it before. Case's run defense is just smothering the Craftsman.
Absolutely.
That's another loss. Bristol-Plymouth might have to resort back to their passing game, which, again, Barros is an excellent passer. So it's not like he can't put the ball in the air if he has to. I'm just writing down some of the bigger names for Bristol-Plymouth here. We're about 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's already 20-7. Case has run 2 offensive plays and a 2-point conversion, and they have 20 points, which doesn't even seem possible, but that's exactly what's happened. Barros again, out of the shotgun formation. And another inside handoff to Holdsworth, and that once again went nowhere. I think he may have got back to the line of scrimmage of that one, and that's about it. I know, Jared, 3rd and 12 after 2 consecutive runs went nowhere. I'm expecting a pass.
I think it's safe to say that.
I would be willing to bet money on a pass here. Holdsworth actually did gain a yard on that play, so it's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Craftsman from the 44-yard line.
I'd just be ready for the screen.
Screen play, quick slant. They do have Christmas, number 83, usually lines up on the far left. Yes, there he is, number 81, sorry. Pretty quick when he gets down the field, as we saw before. Barros out of the shotgun, as I predicted, as every play for them seems to be. And it's actually a handoff. I stand corrected. Looking for some room on the outside.
He held him.
Several Case players. Actually, that might have been number 56. That was for Case. That's Isaac Tucker. Number 5, Ty Kudo. I didn't even see who was on the run. I wasn't really paying attention. I think it was number 21, Kyle Macumber, I believe, was on the carry for that for Bristol-Plymouth, but I honestly didn't notice. Gained a 2 on the play for Bristol-Plymouth. Jared, I'm really very surprised I didn't throw there.
I'm surprised too, especially with an outside run on long 3rd down like that. But hey, it is what it is.
Right.
And now the ball's going back to Case.
So Case will finally be able to run some offensive plays unless Dyer decides to return this punt for a touchdown, which I don't think is going to happen. And he is just going to let it bounce.
Smart.
And it's going to be fielded by number 87, Aiden Cork, for the Craftsman at about the 18-yard line. That was a good punt there by Bristol-Plymouth. That's going to push Case back. So Case has yet to, really start the game with any sort of normal field position. They start on the red zone, and they're starting at their own 18-yard line. But this is our first real look at Danny Silva and his way of running the Case offense. He's the sophomore quarterback. Last year was Devin Prue. Led Case to a 5-6 record, a playoff berth, when they did ultimately lose and played a very close game on Thanksgiving Day against Somerset Berkeley. Silva inside handoff, number 5. That's going to be Kudo, tripped up near the 30-yard line.
Kudo on the carry. He is brought down at the 30-yard line.
And that's going to be a first down for Case. Boy, Jared, 3 offensive runs for Case in this game.
Kudo's looking good. The offensive line's making blocks, making holes for him.
Right, and the Bristol-Plymouth defense is just getting kind of manhandled right now up front by the Case offense. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Silva under center. It's going to be another handoff to Kudo, bouncing to the left. That's a blocking in front of him, and he's going to push a man over out of bounds around the 40-yard line. That's number 27, Austin Hopefler, for the Craftsman, who kind of hit the ground there. Kudo's a big boy there. He gets up running with it.
Brings up second down and 1.
Stuck a 9-yard gain in the play. That's going to be a 2nd and 1 for Case. Let's see where they marked that. I believe it's the 39-yard line. And it is. Now he has an I formation behind him. That's Martin, followed by Kudo. Silva fakes the handoff. He's going to take off. I don't know if that was a broken play or what. But Silva's going to take off with it to the left, and he's going to pick up enough of the first down. I'm not quite sure what happened on that.
It looked like he messed up. Something happened along the play. Something got messed up. Miscommunication there, but at the end of the day, he gets the first down. That's all that matters.
Worked out really well. He didn't get the first down. It looked like he went to hand off on the wrong side. His back wasn't there. He kind of looked around for a second and took off with it. So luckily, as we said, he did get a first down, so really not a big loss on that at all.
And props to him staying under control.
Right, staying aware, not completely panicking there. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Case. About the 36, maybe 37-yard line. A minute, 26 seconds to go in the first quarter. Silva's out of the shotgun. He's going to take off and run with this one. That's a quarterback keeper design. Wrapped up hard just across the 50-yard line by number 35. That's Charlie Nee for the Craftsman. Took down Silva on that play. About a 7-yard gain. Second and 3 for Case from the 46-yard line. Minute left here in the first quarter of a very high up. I mean, the last 3 minutes have seemed rather mild and disappointing considering how that started, but this has just been a normal drive for Case so far. Silva under center. Well, different formations being used so far by Case. He's going to motion Martin. Hands off inside to Kudo. Kudo bouncing to the left. Not a whole lot there. I don't think he got that first down.
Looks like he's going to be about a yard short, maybe 2.
Plymouth players on the play. Ryan Bleakney, number 53, was kind of spearheading that.
About a yard of the play will bring up 3rd down 2.
1 yard gains, 3rd and 2, 25 seconds. Interesting to see if Case is going to run another play this quarter of just kind of let the clock go. I'm thinking they're just going to let the clock go down because there's only 16 seconds. I could be wrong. Case isn't really moving out there. They're just kind of standing around. Yeah, I think that's going to do it here for the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Discuss this play a little bit. We have 5 seconds. They're definitely not going to want to play. They're heading for the sideline. So that's going to do it for the first quarter here from Cardinal Stadium. Score is 20-7 Case. So we're going to take a break and be back for the second quarter. Welcome back for the start of the second quarter here from Cardinal Stadium. The score is 20-7. You are reading that correctly. And that's without any scoring in about the last 4 minutes of the first quarter. Jared, we had a long fumble return that was almost a touchdown. Then we had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. And then immediately a kickoff return. And then immediately another kickoff return.
Yeah, it's almost weird seeing a score not happen in the last 4 minutes. And actually seeing a real offensive drive. Looks like Case got stuffed there.
As we're talking there, Kudo got stuffed on that toss play. That was a 3rd and 2. I don't think he got anything. He got back to maybe the line of scrimmage.
You know what? Why not go for it right
I would say Case is going to go for this. 4th and 2.
The defense has been stout all night.
Let's make that a 1 yard loss. 4th and 3. So Case is indeed going to get ready to go for this. Number 24, Alexander Janicki coming into the game. That was Thibodeau's number last year, who graduated, so I guarantee you he's not playing. I was watching the Cohasset game this week from Case last year to get myself used to this. So I know the players from that game. This is a little different. 4th and 3 for Case. Screen play out to Dyer. Dyer's got 1 minute to beat, and he's going to spin around. I think he did get the first down. Excellent job playing Dyer on that screen play. And that's going to be a first down for Case on a 4th and 3. So Silva completed that pass on Dyer. Was that Silva's first completion of the game?
I believe it
was, yes. I think he went to pass it once and he ended up taking off and run with it. So
it's always get that first one of the year out of the way.
First completion of the year. A great job there by Silva, the quarterback. Deacon LeCompte coming in for Case. Silva, the junior quarterback. Did I say sophomore quarterback before? Or did I say junior? Did I say sophomore? Okay, I meant junior. I saw 11, and I meant to say junior, and I said sophomore. And I don't know what that.
Case called a timeout.
Timeout called, I think, by Case. I think the Case coach was yelling about a timeout, and he didn't get it. See Clayton Dyer out talking to the coach, getting a drink.
20-second timeout.
20-second called by timeout. I don't know how many timeouts you get in high school football. I think it's 5, but I'm not. I think you get 2 20-second timeouts and then 3 full timeouts. But no, Danny Silva, the junior quarterback, which I swear I meant to say junior. That's why you wrote junior quarterback on this paper. I got it now. Not a sophomore. Silva out of the shotgun. Low snap. And he's going to keep it himself. He faked it inside to Kudo.
Wow.
To the outside in front of the Bristol-Plymouth bench. I don't know. Penalty flag thrown.
Looks like Danny Silva flag on the play.
Can't see who was on the tackle for that. It looked like number 7, but there is no number 7 on the roster. Let's see what the penalty flag is on. That could be an offensive hold. Officials are discussing it.
That was a good run by
Silva. It
Silva
was
over there, yeah.
And it's going to be a Personal
Personal
foul
foul.
on the Craftsman. I don't know what the person, I think it was a late hit. When the quarterback is running, if he slides, he has certain privileges, but
automatic. First down.
it could have been a late hit. I honestly didn't see it. It was on the complete other sideline. I didn't really get a good angle. But that is a 15-yard penalty. Holy smokes, it puts the ball, I think, at a 22-yard line now. Almost in the red zone. So excellent chance for Case. Actual
22.
normal drive going on. We have to pivot a little bit in here because we have a pole in our way in the booth. Silva will get a pass. He's going to head it for the end zone. He has Dyer in the corner. And he's got it. Touchdown, Case. Did he get it? He is. Touchdown.
Wow, what a pass.
What a beautiful fade pattern. Baby Silva and Dyer in the corner. And that's going to make it 26-7 Case. 9:04 to go in the second quarter. That looked pretty come out of his hands, and he hit him right in stride at that first pylon.
Dyer's having a big night. Had the kickoff return earlier and a touchdown here.
Dyer coming out for a rest there. See if Case decides to go for two or if they're just going to try to kick it again. Dyer's on the sideline, so they're going to go for two, and why not? The first point after attempts didn't go, so just go for two. They got it last time. Actually, nope, I'm incorrect. They're going to actually kick it. That's number 58, Jared Rebello, going out to do the kicking.
Is this a different kicker from the last
This is
time?
a different kicker. It was Dyer last time. Here's Rebello. They're going to try Rebello.
Oh, it's a fake.
Silva's going to take off with it.
And he's got
heading
space.
for the corner, and he's in.
Wow.
I think that was a design.
I love
fake.
it. I love it.
I think it was. That's going to make it 28-7.
Conversion is good.
That was number 7, Danny Silva. Took the fake PAT into the corner.
9:04 to play.
9 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first half.
Bristol-Plymouth.
28-7 Case. Currently in the lead right now. This crowd is really feeling it too. That's 9:04 to go in the first half, and it's already 28-7.
Case came to play.
I didn't think you could have really drunk for a better start to the year than this. I think we're going to see a lot of passing here from Bristol-Plymouth, but they don't do so much if their offense can't hold them. Then again, I'm saying that, and remember, Bristol-Plymouth did return a kickoff or a touchdown last time. That was Carson, which was to see if Case is even going to bother kicking it to him or if they're just going to squib it short again. As Dyer's going to go out to do the kicking. I thought something was amiss when they had Rebello out there to be the kicker, and then they ended up just snapping it right to right to Silva instead.
It was a little odd.
It was something was, but then again, I don't really know. They can have multiple kickers on the team. Dyer out to do the kicking again for Case. Music is blaring out there right now. Good rock going. Dyer going to check both of his sides. I am interested to see if they're going to squib it or kick it along.
Dyer to kick it off for the Cardinals.
And they're going to do another squib kick. Whoa! That hit number 54 for Bristol-Plymouth. That was Mayer again. Runners right in the stomach. And he just immediately fell on it. So that was a good job by Mayer. Or Mar, I'm not really sure how you say it. Bristol-Plymouth out.
First down and 10.
It seems like it's
47-yard line.
been an eternity since we've seen the Bristol-Plymouth offense. Case had a very long drive that spanned a couple quarters there. Bristol-Plymouth, not a whole lot in the running game so far, as we talked about, but their quarterback, Barros, has a pretty good touch to him. We see Christmas, number 81, in front of us here, checking with officials about where to line up. He's got two wide receivers, maybe make that three to the right of him. Christmas is to his left. Here's a snap to Barrows, inside handoff. That went nowhere again. Bristol-Plymouth has absolutely nothing in terms of the running game tonight.
Number 24, Marcus Pitsley.
That was Pitsley on the run for Bristol-Plymouth, and just nothing. There's nothing there.
Yeah, Case's front is just dominating tonight.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Bristol, I mean, you can't realistically pass every play, but
Second down, 14.
and if it's working, I think you might have to go back and just do that. That was about a 4-yard loss. It was a 4-yard loss. The second and 14 for the Craftsman from the 44-yard line. Barrows, shotgun once again. Here's a snap, fakes the hand, the ball's on the ground. Is it going to fall? No, that was botched. It could have been a lot worse than it was. Number 59, Bradley Delica there just to touch him down. And that's going to be another loss of several yards. Probably about, I don't know, an 8, maybe 9-yard loss. It's going to be a third and extremely long. I'm going to say a third and...
Tell the fans
Can't really
how
tell,
good
the ball's
it
at
is
about a
for
40-yard line. I would say a third and 19. I'm not sure. Third and 19 officially from the 38-yard line. Not a lot in the playbook for third and 19. I predicted a pass last time. They handed it off again, so I guess you never know what's going to happen.
No, you don't. But it's all right. I would be pretty safe saying they're going to pass it.
It is going to be a pass. It's going to be
Another
a shovel
screen.
pass. And I don't know if
Forward pass.
that's a forward pass. That wasn't a fumble. Kind of just shoved the ball out to him. I mean,
And once again, like I keep saying it time and time again, the Case front is always in the backfield.
the offensive line for the Craftsman is just going to completely manhandle this game by the Case offense. We just had an arrival of nachos up here in the booth.
Those are gone.
The PA announcer's going to help himself to those. We just had some water bottles and I think it's just Charisse and peppers over there. We got some nachos and cheese. A lot of good stuff just arrived up here. Dyer back to return the punt. Excellent punt from Bristol-Plymouth. Dyer bouncing to the left.
Looking for
Bouncing to
space.
the left again, looking for some space. He's going to be rushed out of bounds finally. Case in complete control of this game so far. 7 minutes and 4 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It's 28-7. Case's offense has looked unstoppable. The defense has looked unstoppable. Bristol-Plymouth's only score has been on a kickoff.
Cardinals will start
What
first down
kind of
and 10
reminiscent,
37.
Jared, I know you didn't do this game with me, but Case's first home game last year was against Diamond. Diamond's only touchdown all game was a kickoff. And other than that, they didn't really do a whole lot. Bristol-Plymouth had a couple promising first plays. After that, just nothing.
Yeah, the way it's going right now, Case is all over them.
Option play for Silva. He's going to keep it himself. Not really going to go much anywhere. That actually lost some yardage.
Yeah,
Couple
Bristol-Plymouth sniffed that one out.
Bristol-Plymouth players in there on the tackle. Looks like an injured player right now for the Craftsman. Pretty slow to get up. And let's see, that is going to be an injury timeout. Trainer Russ Boardman heading onto the field. So we're going to take a short break, and we will let you know about how this injury goes whenever the timeout is over. Okay, welcome back from the injury timeout. That was Charlie Nee, number 35 for the Craftsman, who was a little shaken up on that play. He did end up walking off the field under his own power next to the trainer, so that's certainly a good sign. You never want to see an injury, especially in football, when it can be all sorts of bad. So that's going to be, remember there was a 2-yard loss in the last play for Case, so that's a 2nd and 12 now for Case, as Silva's going to take a shotgun snap. He hands it to Kudo. Kudo bouncing back inside, and he might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, and I think that's it.
Still a pretty good run there by Kudo.
Got a couple of yards back. Actually, he got a couple of yards beyond the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be about a 3rd and 8, maybe 9. I think officially a 3rd and 9
Teams about 3 on the play, brings
from
up third down and
the
9.
39-yard line.
Cardinals at
6
their own
minutes and
39-yard
14
line.
seconds remaining in the first half. 3rd and 9 is a tricky play because it's just enough where they think you're going to pass it, but possibly too far to run the ball.
If I had to make a prediction, yeah, I think Case is going to play it safe. They're going to keep it on the ground.
I would say you don't want to pick 6 here. That's about the worst thing that Case could do. Silva out of the shotgun, and actually he's going to pass it. Rolling left, looking to throw. He is going to throw across the middle. He's got Dyer. Did he catch that? I don't know. Did he?
He did. And the
Officials
clock-
waving his hand, and it is complete. Dyer went sliding across the field. The ball kind of blends in with the background from up here on that side, so I couldn't quite see. But he did catch the ball. That's going to put the ball at the 50-yard line. So you predict a run on the play, and then it ends up being a completed pass.
Just like you stated earlier, it's hard to pick these plays.
Just over midfield.
You never know.
So 1st and 10 for Case from the 50. 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first half. Case offense moving the ball extremely well this game. Led by junior, not sophomore, I meant that before. Quarterback Danny Silva out of the shotgun again, makes the handoff, the ball's on the ground, that could be bad, and the ball's still on the ground. Silva got it, but that could have been much worse.
A lot of bad snaps tonight.
Not a great snap. It's not really, it rained a little bit before, but I think it would have tried. It's going to be a pretty big loss, but better than a fumble. I would say I would guess that's about an 11-yard loss, maybe a 9-yard loss. 9-yard loss, I can't really tell. So that's going to be a 2nd and 19, officially making it a 2nd and 18 for the scoreboard. Not a whole lot in the book for a 2nd and 18.
It looks like they're going to take a timeout here.
And a timeout might be wisely called by Case. 4 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the first half. Jared and I have the same idea here, taking a drink.
Timeout.
A lot of talking. I'm not used to talking this much. At least in this sort of area. Right, 28-7. In favor of Case. Looks like a long timeout being called. I'm not sure. Jared, I know Super Bowl 53 is a long way away, but do you think you're picking your lines this year? Or you got somebody?
No, I said it earlier this year. I made my original prediction, and it was supposed to be Saints and Chargers. However, I'm starting to retract, and I'm going to go with the Saints still out of the NFC, and I'm going to go with the Texans this year.
Saints-Texans, interesting matchup. Now, I know, Jared, we live in an area of New England where everyone's a Patriots fan. You yourself have not, or not. I am not. I'm actually a Jacksonville Jaguars fan. I've been a Jaguars fan my whole life. Patriots fans, you guys got anyone around here, they're going to say Patriots are going to the Super Bowl again. Brady's going to get his ring, etc. But
that's what you expect.
You would expect
yeah. that.
Anyway, 2nd and 18, Silva out of the shotgun, looking to pass. Swarm. It's going to be a quick little jump off over the middle. No good. Looks like a penalty flag on the field. Looking for Kudo.
Flags on the play.
That is a penalty flag. That's not a marker flag, as I found out before. Looks like an illegal shift. Too many
ineligible man
downfield. That was it. And Bristol-Plymouth may end up just declining this penalty because that will make it a 3rd and 18. Case coach is arguing with the official on that. Thinks that call is incorrect, but the official was right there. It's an ineligible man downfield for Case. The penalty is declined, as I predicted. That's going to be a 3rd and 18. So really, why make it a 2nd and 23 when you can just make it a 3rd and 18?
Absolutely.
Which is what Bristol-Plymouth just did.
3rd down and 18 for the Cardinals.
Silva out of a shotgun. I would expect a pass. This may be a screen pass or something like that. Silva is going to pass. He's going to throw it up. He's got Dyer wide open. And Dyer didn't even see it. The ball's way over his head anyway. It's incomplete.
Incomplete, intended for number 11.
He did have Dyer. There was nobody even close to him on that sideline. But
that's a tough one to
over his head. Dyer was not expecting that ball. He didn't even look up. I don't think that ball was even catchable anyway with how it was thrown.
He didn't even know it was in the air.
He didn't even know it was in the air. That's going to bring up a punting situation. Something really, I really doubt. We got a Bristol-Plymouth player doing push-ups out in the field. What was that about?
Trying to get himself psyched up. They got a long way to go to come back in this game.
I would say the odds of Case running a fake punt here are pretty much 0. On 4th and 18, I really doubt that. Good snap. Kudo going to do the punting. It's an excellent punt.
Knuckleball.
Bristol-Plymouth isn't going to bother returning this and takes a bounce for Case. That's going to be down at about the 20-yard line, there by Lecomte.
20-yard line, Bristol-Plymouth will start 1st down
and Bristol-Plymouth will start 1st and 10 for their own 20-yard line. Jared, I said before, Bristol-Plymouth looked pretty strong coming out, and then after that, they've done virtually nothing on offense.
It's because they've gone away from what works.
The passing was working very well. They had the fumbles, yes, but they had some really good passing, and then they started running the ball, and it didn't go anywhere.
Bristol-Plymouth wants any hope to be back in this game. They got to get the ball. They got to force it downfield.
Bristol-Plymouth, I would say, if they want to get in this game, they really need to score a touchdown on this drive and make it a 2-score game going into the half. That's at least doable. Barrows again out of the shotgun formation. I don't think I've seen them run a snap under center all game. I think every one of them has been a shotgun.
Gives the quarterback more time.
That's true. Barrows, and it's going to be another handoff. That one actually got some
Big
yardage.
hole.
There goes number 24 for Bristol-Plymouth. That's Pitsley. That was the longest run, I think, by far that Bristol-Plymouth has had this game. A really good run. That was probably a close to 17-yard gain. And Bristol-Plymouth will move the sticks immediately. 4 minutes and 13 seconds. We're on the 37-yard line now. So that play worked well. That was the first run all game, I think, Bristol-Plymouth has had. That's really worked.
And you got to credit the guys up front. They made some good blocks. They made a big hole up the middle, and he just took advantage of it.
Bristol-Plymouth is just not giving up. I'm surprised that they did all the passing to start the game and then backed off that so much. But obviously the coach must have a particular reason for that. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Here comes the snap to Barrows, and it's going to be another inside handoff. That one,
and there they are again. And the
nowhere.
ball's on the ground.
Ball on the ground. I think Bristol-Plymouth got that back.
Took a nice Bristol-Plymouth bounce there.
21 for Case. Braden Ventura was pointing, hopefully, toward the Case side of things, but that wasn't meant to be. That was Pitsley on the run, and that was a humongous loss. I would say that's a loss of, I would say that's going to be 9 yards.
Yeah, and you know what,
8 yards?
Loss of 8
I have
on the
not
play.
seen a game where the ball has been on the ground this much.
The many fumbles. The Case has fumbled once. I know of at least once, maybe a couple times, but there have been a lot of fumbles. It's not like the ball wasn't really that wet. Maybe because the first game of the year starting to get used to it. But that's going to be a 2nd and 18 now for Bristol-Plymouth. 3 wide receivers left to get Christmas on the top.
I bet you it's another pass.
Here's the snap, and it's an
Wow.
inside handoff. Darren,
That's
you were
because I
wrong.
called it. If I
That's
said
going to pick up a couple of yards on that run. That was Macumber.
if I said run, the ball would have been in the air. You already know.
Well, Jared, that's going to make it the 3rd and 14. I don't know. We've been wrong every time.
4 on the play.
That was a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 14 in a drive where you really need to score.
3rd down and 14.
Of course, I would imagine the pass, but now you run the risk if the pass is incomplete. The clock stops, and Case gets the ball with pretty decent field position. So what do? You can run the ball and make Case burn a timeout. It's 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Or Case can, Bristol-Plymouth can just go for it. I don't know what they're going to do. Let's see.
Do a little
Barrows
action.
is going to look to pass, screen pass, ball tipped. He caught it himself.
Should have let it drop.
Barrows just completed that pass to
Pass
himself.
complete to himself.
That it does technically count in the scorebook as a reception for Barrows. And Jared, you were right. He should have just let that ball drop.
And it's hard. It's a reactive thing. The ball comes right at you.
So
First
he
thing you
did
think,
complete the
catch it.
pass to himself for some negative yardage. And that's going to bring up a long 4th and 20 for Bristol-Plymouth. That's a punt.
4th down and 20 for the
A
Craftsmen.
little surprised that Case isn't calling a timeout here unless they're just content to let the clock burn out. Bristol-Plymouth punter looks very confused. And here comes a sub coming into the game. That was number 27, Austin Hofler. And Bristol-Plymouth is going to call a timeout there. I don't think they wanted to do that.
Hello?
PA announcer just answered his phone and the whole stadium just heard that call. So that was something.
Classic.
You can't really hear it as Jared kind of covered his mouth, but Jared is just in hysterics right now.
Oh, man, that was-
Sitting next to me. This game has everything right now.
Hey, it must be a full moon out tonight, folks.
It's been nuts. But decent snap. Punt is up. Not a great punt by Bristol-Plymouth, but it takes a generous bounce. Case has to be sure that doesn't let them hit anybody. And it's going to be down right at the 38-yard line. Jared, I think the answer to the question is yes. Yes, he is working the game tonight.
That's right.
I think so. I have everything. I can smell the chorizo and peppers up here right now. The aroma is just drifting over towards me. We have 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in the first half. Case has the ball on their own 38-yard line. I don't know. I don't think they're going to come out and go guns a-blazing here. But I have been wrong about this before.
1st and 10 Cardinals.
So I formation behind him. It's just going to be a simple handoff inside to Kudo, bouncing to the left. Maybe Kudo can break something. He'll be tackled, a very short gain on the play. Probably about a 2-yard gain. minute to go here in the first half. Be a 2nd and 8 coming up for Case from the 41-yard line. I think Case is just going to let this kind of trickle down and try to run as few plays as possible. Number 21 for the Cardinals, Braden Ventura entering the game. Ty Kudo comes out. 40 seconds to go. This is almost surely the last play of the half. Unless it's an incomplete pass, which I really doubt they're going to pass here. De Silva even runs another play. I didn't think there was that much time on the play clock. And the Case is actually just going to let it run down and then call a timeout? Or is that full timeout?
Full timeout.
Or I think on Case, yes. So they let the clock go pretty far down, just called a timeout. So they'll probably come out and just run one more play, and that's going to take us to halftime, almost surely with a score of 28-7 in favor of Case. As you can tell, we have a wonderful graphic on our screen, courtesy of Cable Access Coordinator Adam Kitchen, using a 2-camera approach. We have one right in front of us on the top of the stands, in front of the press box, and we have one kind of on the corner of the track and on the grass out near the 10-yard line. Excellent look for a 2-camera approach. I remember the first game last year where we used the 2-camera approach, and it worked very well. You can't hear him. Adam's nodding his head yes right now in approval of what I'm saying. Fantastic job. Adam Kitchen, the Cable Access Coordinator here in Swansea. Second year you're doing it, or third? Second year doing it. He showed me a 2 sign. Excellent job. We do all the football and we do basketball games too. Possibly volleyball. We're not sure about that this year. But we'll be doing every home football game. Possibly Jared, you and I for that. Unless
I plan on being here. You'll have me.
Jared at one point this year is going to try his hand at play-by-play too. At least for a quarter or two. In the future, we'll see how that goes. So this will probably be the last play of the half.
2nd down, 8.
Silva, and going to hand it off to
Dyer.
Whoa! Juke moves by Dyer. He actually gets some good yardage, runs out of bounds.
11, Clayton Dyer.
So in a play that was supposed to just end the half, Dyer ends up picking up some decent yardage.
What a block by Lecomte. How do you say it?
Keegan Lecomte.
Lecomte. Wow.
I was actually looking at, I didn't even see who was on the block. Let's put for this. Keegan Lecomte, the junior wide receiver. I said it right. I saw the 11 and I said junior this time, not sophomore. And that actually is just going to do it for the first half. Case is just going to let the clock run down. But Dyer with some fireworks to end the first half. Case actually might try to quickly get the snap off. They are. 2 seconds, 1 second, and actually, nope, never mind. They're just going to let it go down. Trying to fool Bristol-Plymouth there. And that's going to do it for the end of the first half. The score is Case 28, Bristol-Plymouth 7. Met with a standing ovation from the crowd, and why not? We are going to take a break for halftime, and we'll be back to bring you the second half soon. Welcome back to the start of the second half from Cardinal Stadium. Jared and I just had a very lengthy discussion about baseball up here, so now we have to get back into football mode. And you're not even the Toronto Blue Jays and Detroit Lions. What?
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
What's with the Blue Jays? Have they been benefiting them your whole life too?
Yeah.
Nothing this year, but in a couple of years they're going to be a darn good team.
Watch out for Vlad Guerrero.
Vlad Guerrero Jr. and I don't even know. They have a lot of AAA players on their team right now.
That team is stacked for years to come. The AL East is going to be a great division to watch over these next couple of years.
Right. Oh yeah, most definitely.
Always is. It always is.
It's going to be nice to talk about baseball in a football game. That's always fun. 28-7, so we may as well talk about something here.
Hey, baseball guys.
Squib kickoff to Case. That's going to be Lecomte with the return.
Ooh.
Lecomte's going to be stunned down about the 35-yard line. Some tussling going on up the middle of the field here from a Case player and a Bristol-Plymouth player. That was Ryan Bleakney for Bristol-Plymouth. And number
Logan
30,
Medeiros.
Logan Medeiros, number 35 for Case.
35-yard line. Cardinals will start.
I have a Powerade up here right now, and it kind of leaked everywhere, so my score sheet, that should be okay. My score sheet's a little wet. It's not score sheet, my roster's a little wet, but I can still read it. So, Case, Jared, compared to the first quarter, that second quarter was rather tame and not too exciting. It's just more like a normal quarter of high school football.
Right.
That first quarter was just non-stop. Silva's going to hand off inside to Kudo, and he's going to be tackled a very short gain. Just past the first down marker.
Number 5, Kai Kudo.
I didn't see him make the tackle on that for Bristol-Plymouth. I guess it doesn't really
About 3
matter.
on the play, brings up 2nd down 7.
So the sun is officially set. It's always a nice atmosphere being in a stadium with the lights on. And that cool evening, which is, considering it was in the 90s this week, and first week of September, it shouldn't really be like that, but a little nice a change with that. 2nd and 7, officially a 3-yard gain. I'm surprised he got that much. For a case from the 38-yard line is where the ball is officially spotted. Silva's going to motion Martin. He's going to hand it off again to Kudo. Kudo bouncing to the left. He got some space in front of him.
He's got that
Kudo
first down.
Be tackled.
Oh, late hit.
That is a late hit out of bounds. Kudo's going to chew out number 24 for Bristol-Plymouth. There might be some tussling going on.
A little
That's
scrappy
Pitsley.
here. Case better tame it back.
Case is really getting fired up in this game. That's Casado has to be restrained by some teammates. That was pretty clear. That was a really late hit. You can see that. That was a couple of steps
It was
out
late.
of
It
bounds.
was a little uncalled for.
That was Pitsley.
It looks
Pitsley's
like
getting in a fight with one of his teammates out there right now. They have to be separated. That's really not very good.
no. It looks like Bristol-Plymouth's all sorts of a mess right now.
I can't tell if that was. They're still going at it for Bristol-Plymouth. They're finally getting Pitsley off the field there. That's number 28 for Bristol-Plymouth. That's Alex Moore. He was getting really fired up with his teammate. Pitsley's getting a talking to by the coaches on the other side. So that's just a needless penalty. That was the late hit. That was a penalty melt out of frustration is what that was.
Yeah.
Bristol-Plymouth is getting pretty handily beaten in this game. And a game where I really thought coming out they had a good shot at with how well they were passing, and then they've done virtually nothing since then. So that's going to move.
37.
Case is going to move all the way up to the 37-yard line. So excellent field position for a 1st and 10 for Silva. Motioning Ryan Martin again. Hand off to Kudo. And that didn't really go much of anywhere. Kudo, there's a lot of action going on out in the field. There's a lot of Bristol-Plymouth players are in on that tackle. Short gain on the play for Kudo. He may have got a few yards, if that. I don't know whether they're going to officially spot it. It looks like maybe a gain of 3 or 4. More than I thought. A lot more than I thought. I think they're going to spot it at the 39-yard line, so that might have been a gain of 2 on the play. I think a little more than that. Did he actually move it, or did they leave the ball where it is? It looks like the ball moved, but the marker on the side hasn't moved. There it goes. They're going to officially make it about a 1 yard, maybe a 1.5 yard gain. Officially 2nd and 9. Spotted from the 36. Someone's going to motion Ryan Martin again to his right. Toss way out to Kudo. It's a penalty flag. Kudo is wrapped up. Good tackling there from Bristol-Plymouth. I don't know who that was in on the tackle. I couldn't really get a number. Looks like number 28 for Bristol-Plymouth. That was Zamora, but it looks like an illegal shift is going to be called on Case.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Martin was moving forward before the ball was snapped.
Illegal motion.
It is going to be illegal
Cardinals.
motion on Case. So that's going to bump him back for 5 yards. That'll make it a 2nd and 14. Unless Bristol-Plymouth declines the penalty.
Hey,
We have an ambulance on the other side of the field. I don't know what that's about. Did that player from Bristol-Plymouth have to be taken off? I didn't actually see because it was halftime. There's an ambulance that's driving up the road on the left side of the field with its lights going. That's never really a good sign. There's a paramedic out there too. No idea what happened.
I'm sure we'll get the details eventually.
Oh, maybe somebody can fill us in at some point. Bristol-Plymouth actually declined that penalty. So that's going to be, that says 3rd and 9. That looks more like a 3rd and 8 to me from this angle, but I guess it's close enough, pretty similar. 3rd and 9, let's call it for Case, and a timeout called.
On the play.
Yeah, timeout called by Case.
Cardinals.
I honestly have no idea who the ambulance is for. Did you see who that was? No idea. Adam Kitchen doesn't know where it is either. There's 2 police officers up there too. One of them is leaving now. One of them is here for the game, I do believe. Looks like a shower of water out in the field.
Yeah,
Threw a water bottle. Tossed his water bottle in the air and it sprayed. It'll be 3rd and 9 for Case from the 36-yard line. There goes the ambulance. I genuinely wonder what that was about. I don't know if anyone's going to fill us in or not. Inside handoff to Kudo. He's going to out. It's off one. He's got some space now. Broke a tackle, tackled out past the 30-yard line. That's very, very close to a first down marker. There's a pole in my way, so I have to look around it. Let's see where they officially marked that. Kudo was wrapped up near the line of scrimmage, but he did break a tackle. Excellent running by Kudo. And I'm not sure where they're going to spot this. They might have a measurement coming out here. The marker didn't move.
Looks like it's going to be a fourth down.
Is it a fourth down? They are short. 4th and 1 for Case. They're certainly going to go for it on the 28-yard line. Maybe a sneak play. I called that. Silva up the middle getting some pushing from Kudo. That might have been just enough.
And it is.
When you're running a quarterback sneak, you're not trying to score a touchdown on the play. You're just barely getting enough of the first down. And I think Silva got that. He did get it. First down for the Cardinals.
It's the first down, Cardinals.
Whatever it takes to move the sticks. Kudo kind of ran behind Silva and pushed him a bit, which was enough. Police officers moved his car up a bit.
26.
8 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Silva under center, no shotgun snap for him. Silva inside, quick little handoff. I think, yes it is. That was Ryan Martin, I believe, on that carry, the fullback.
45, Ryan Martin.
And that was a decent run on that play, up to about the 20-yard line.
Caught him off guard with that fullback draw.
So Case methodically moving the ball. I don't think Bristol-Plymouth has even had the ball this half. I think Case has had it the entire quarter. Almost 4 minutes in, we see a police officer searching for something in the woods over there. Interesting, with a flashlight.
Like I said earlier, full moon out tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I see a police officer near the scoreboard shining a light into the woods. Interesting things going on here tonight. No one else really seems to notice. Another handoff to Martin. He's in a bulldoze over one guy and be tackled up past the 15-yard line. I believe that's enough for a first down. It looks like it is. So handing it off to the fullback Martin here is working extremely well.
6 on the play is good for another Cardinal first down.
A 6-yard run, and they'll move the sticks again.
First and 10 Cardinals at the
First and
Bristol-Plymouth
10.
15.
Right, Case coming up from the 15-yard line. Case's coach is Anthony Palladino. By the way, I'll get to the assistant coaches in just a moment, as well as the team captains. And the athletic trainer, I think I said his name once. Another handoff to Martin. It worked well before. Why not keep doing it?
If it's not broken,
Nice little run. Just let him bulldoze ahead. Head coach is Anthony Palladino. Assistant coaches are Jay Azzulli, Grant Hayter, Matt Lockwood. A timeout, I think, called.
Timeout on the field.
So that works out well. I'll start again. Head coach for Case is Anthony Palladino. Assistant coaches are Jay Azzulli, Grant Hayter, Matt Lockwood, Todd Netto, Jordan Kohler, Al Palladino, and Joe Martin. Team captains for Case football: Chris Costa, Ty Kudo, Isaac Tucker, Noah Casado, all seniors. The athletic trainer, you said him before, was Russ Boardman. For the Craftsmen, head coach is John Paris. Assistant coaches David Wallace, Roger Saravia, Henry Colon, Dom Damiano, and Rick McGrath. Captains are Roman Barros, who's the quarterback, Jacob Harrison, I don't think I've said his name yet this game, Mikey Squarto, again, I don't think I've said his name, and Alex Zamora, who's getting his team pumped up before. Mascot is the Craftsman. I'm not sure what town Bristol-Plymouth is in. It's up near Taunton somewhere, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's up towards that way, up 24.
Yeah, it's right up there, because their baseball field is right on 24. You can see it clearly. It's like the Diamond Bristol Aggie equivalent of the towns up there. I never actually knew what their nickname was until tonight, so that's something. The Bristol-Plymouth Craftsmen. It's going to be a 2nd and 5 for Case. They've had 3 consecutive handoffs to Ryan Martin. I don't know if that's going to continue or if they're going to mix it up here. A little bit of jumping by Bristol-Plymouth. That's going to be a toss play to Kudo. He actually shook off a man. Get off me, he says, but fortunately you can't say the same for the rest of the defense as he is swarmed. But I think about half the defense on that. Kudo may have got back, I think, to the original line of scrimmage. So he lost some yardage on that, but it could have been worse. That's going to be a 3rd and 10 for Case.
3rd down and 10 for the Cardinals.
From the 15,
Bristol-Plymouth 15.
the 15-yard line. 3rd and 10. I don't think I've seen Silva throw a pass yet this half.
Why should he?
Well, exactly, just run the ball. I don't know if he's going to here or just going to be handing the ball off. And he is going to pass, rolling to his right. He's going to throw. He's going to man open. That was Martin out of the backfield, diving for the pylon. Did he get in?
He did.
And he did. Touchdown, Case.
Pass complete to number 45, Ryan Martin, for a Cardinal touchdown.
Ryan Martin out of the backfield, the fullback on the receiving end of that touchdown from Silva. And that's going to make it 34-7.
Bristol-Plymouth 7.
That was a nice little play. It's hard to see from up here. Martin went diving for the pylon. Obviously, he got in. The official was right there. I would imagine Case is going to, actually, they're going to line up to kick the extra point here.
That kicker in there from the last time when they did the fake. So
they're right. Rebello, I don't know if he's going to kick it or they're going to run another fake. Bristol-Plymouth's probably ready. They actually are going to kick it. And it's up. I think he got that. And it's good. It's right down the middle. Jared Rebello knocks the PAT right through. 5 minutes, 43 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. 35-7 in favor of Case. Jared, this game is becoming a little bit out of reach right now, I would think, for the Craftsmen. Their only touchdown has been on a kickoff. I don't think Case is going to kick the ball to them anymore in a kickoff. They're just going to down it in the middle of the field and make them run their offense. Typically in high school, if a team returns a kickoff for a touchdown once, it's probably going to be about it. Well, then again, Case has received it in the receiving end before, so you never know. 5 minutes, 43 seconds. A lot of commotion going on the right side and the other side of that fence where the police officer was now. There's been a group of about, I don't know, 7, 8 people standing around near the flagpole. Interesting. As they do say, Jared, you said before, the full moon brings the crazies out. I can't really see the moon from here.
I don't even know if it's out right now.
Black. It's out somewhere. I can't tell how full it is. It's probably behind us. I think Rebello, yes, Rebello is going to do the kicking. Number 58, Jared Rebello. He's on the roster as a junior offensive and defensive lineman. But a pretty good kicker. He knocked that one through.
James Carson back to return for Bristol-Plymouth.
James Carson back to return for Bristol-Plymouth, but I really doubt they're going to kick it to him. Rebello getting ready for the kick, and they are going to kick it to him. I stand corrected.
Nice squib there.
Carson going to pick it up. He fumbles it. He gets it back. He did that last time, and he went all the way back for a touchdown. Not this time, though, as he's tackled up near the 35-yard line. That was almost a mirror image of last time.
Almost. And we almost had the same result.
But finally tackled at the 36-yard line. Good return.
1st down and 10 at their own 36.
We're talking before, Jared, about the MLB. You and I are both obviously big MLB and NFL fans. And we came up with the same World Series prediction, which I guess we can look back on months later when this is uploaded to YouTube and see how accurate this was. We both think Red Sox-Cubs is looking like a pretty good World Series.
Yeah, an instant classic right there. You got 2 old franchises. It's going to be a great one to watch.
And if that's and we said this before, that it can end up being A's and Braves for all we know. You never really know with baseball. It's kind of more wide open every year. Here's Barros out of the shotgun for Bristol-Plymouth, and it's going to be a handoff to the left.
Nowhere
that was
to go.
Carson. That didn't go anywhere. Bristol-Plymouth has had a couple of runs that picked up some yards, but the majority of them have been met pretty much immediately at the line. I don't think Bristol-Plymouth has even attempted a pass since the 1st quarter. Barros came out slinging it. The first play of the game was a long pass down the sideline that was incomplete, but he's had a couple of pretty good looks that haven't gone back to.
It's odd. I'm not sure what Bristol-Plymouth's idea is right here, but
especially, I mean, the odds of them winning this game, I think, are pretty close to 0 right now, but I mean, you never know. The quarterback, of course, isn't Tom Brady, and the defense isn't the Atlanta Falcons. Because New England fans know quite well, almost the same point differential. Barros, another handoff to Carson. That didn't go anywhere again. Met well behind the line of scrimmage. And Case is just all over. Actually, that was in Pitsley. I think that was Pitsley, who had the late hit penalty before for, I believe it was Pitsley, yes, for Bristol-Plymouth. So that was a big loss, about 3 yards. It's 3rd and 13.
3 on the play.
Jared, the last 2 times we said there was going to be a pass in 3rd and 13, they ran the ball both times. So I'd like to know what Bristol-Plymouth is doing right now. That I would imagine they'd come out and throw this, but then again, like I said this before, and then they didn't. Sorry, I'm not a coach, just an announcer. Barros out of the shotgun, and another handoff inside, and again, it goes nowhere. That was to Pitsley again. In Case just all over the Bristol-Plymouth. The draw plays aren't really working right now for the Craftsmen. They're going to have to punt the ball. We'll be seeing the subs coming in for Case pretty soon because it's a 28-point game going into the 4th quarter. They don't want anybody getting hurt. 4th and 13, I am very confused about the play selection here for the Craftsmen. Obviously, there's some sort of incentive for calling the runs.
Maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe they have a plan all this time, but it's not looking good.
It's not looking good. Yeah, that was a 3 and out. Dyer's been told to not return this punt. And a whistle, flags everywhere. False start penalty. When it rains, it pours. So why not? That'll bump them up back even more.
Against the Craftsmen.
It's going to be a 4th and 18 now. 3 minutes and 9 seconds. They're going to the 3rd quarter. It's still 35-7. Bristol-Plymouth's only touchdown was a kickoff, which was immediately offset when Case returned the next kickoff themselves for a touchdown. Good snap. Ball's up. It's a decent punt. Dyer's not going to bother with that one. Going to let it roll. Took a nice bounce with the Craftsman out to about the 38, 37-yard line.
Punt is down.
So Danny Silva's going to come out for a Case again. I'm not sure how many times Case has punted this game. Once or I don't remember if it was once or twice. But overall, the offensive cases look solid. I mean, it helps when in the 1st quarter there, they're up 20-7. They had run a total of 2 plays and a 2-point conversion. So they didn't really have to really get going. They've kind of had a big lead to play with literally the whole game, other than the first couple plays they ran.
Yeah, Case is just going to run the ball here.
I'd be very surprised if I see a pass from Silva. 1st and 10, handoff inside to Kudo. Decent run, bouncing off a couple men. He's going to be tackled just past the 45-yard line, kept his legs going.
He refuses to go down. I love seeing it.
Kudo's a big boy out there. He very difficult. Reminds me of Mike Allstott, former running back for the Buccaneers. Kind of like a Rex Burkhead type of runner, LeGarrette Blunt. Nice big bruising runner. Kind of like a Todd Gurley too, almost in a way if you're comparing it to the pros. Gain of 8 on the play, 2nd and 2 for Case. The 46-yard line, a little over 2 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. I should expect more running, and I expect this quarter and the 4th quarter to go by quickly. Handoff inside to Ryan Martin. There he goes. Down the right side, Martin still on his feet. And finally tackled. Ryan Martin. We're talking about Kudo being a bulldozer. Martin's the same way.
Yeah.
Just a fullback hand it to him and let him go. On the receiving end of that touchdown before, Martin can run the ball quite well. Looking like Case might
game is good for another Cardinal. First
be in
down.
store for a 40-point night. And a timeout, I think a timeout is called on Case. Or is this an injury? This could be an injury. Number 57 for Case. That's John Gurrell. He's walking kind of gingerly there. Coming off, he's going to meet with the trainer. Look, he might have twisted his ankle. His trainer, Russ Boardman, is getting to him.
Bringing out Casado.
Casado back out. I think Casado would come out for fear of injury before, but he's back in now. As Gurrell is getting treated right in front of us on the Case bench, right, they can see all the players standing behind him. Silva, inside hand out to Martin. There he goes again. Martin gonna still, he will not go down. Finally, it's blown dead by forward progress. Another large gain from Martin. I would say a gain of 6 yards, second and 4. We have a minute to go in the third quarter. The formula for Case is working. They're just handing the ball off right now, and Bristol-Plymouth isn't doing a whole lot to stop them. And it's wasting time. This will
It's
probably
a safe approach. It's the easy way to pick up your first win of the year.
It's almost destined barring an absolute miracle here. Case is going to be on their way to a 1-0 record. And Silva's going to sneak that himself up the middle. There we go. Silva still on his feet, heading for the other sideline. He's tripped up. That was a good run on a quarterback sneak.
Yeah, it was great.
He tripped up near the 20, near the 15-yard line. The clock's going to stop. He didn't go out of bounds. Well, that's going to start up again soon.
He is good for another Cardinal first down.
Silva just kept that himself. Looks like we're on the way to a 42-7 game, or 41-7 at the least. Bristol-Plymouth may just run the ball here themselves. It wouldn't surprise me to see some backup players coming in for Case. 10 seconds to go. That's just going to wrap up the third quarter. As we have 7 seconds, that's going to do it. So the end of the score at the end of the third quarter is going to be Case 35, Bristol-Plymouth 7. We're going to take a short break and be back for the fourth quarter. Welcome back to the start of the fourth and final quarter from Cardinal Stadium. The score is 35-7. Case is leading Bristol-Plymouth well on their way to a 1-0 record. Handoff inside to Ryan Martin. Case is going to run the clock out. One of the Bristol-Plymouth players loses his helmet out there. That was number 75, Mike Lopez. Came popping off to the sideline he goes. And Martin picked up a few yards on that play, I believe. They haven't moved the sticks yet.
Second down and...
Was that on first down? I don't even
Gain
remember.
of 3 on the play, second down 7.
Yeah, that was on first down. Okay. Second and 7. I honestly don't remember. I wasn't paying attention. It's zoning out at this point. Second and 7 from the 18-yard line. I bet this is going to be a handoff up the middle. Nope, it's going to be a run to the right by Silva. Silva's got some green in front of him. Met by a couple of Bristol-Plymouth players and spun to the ground. Akbar Christmas on the tackle there for Bristol-Plymouth. I didn't see who the other player was. If that's not a first down, it's pretty close. And in case might be scoring again, it is a first down.
It's good for another Cardinal first down.
First down for Silva.
First and goal, Cardinals.
It'll be first and goal for Case from, I would imagine, it's a 6-yard line. 7-yard line?
7-yard line.
At the 7-yard line, make that. So you have 3 people to pick from. Is it going to be Silva? Is it going to be Martin? Or is it going to be Kudo that gets the handoff? And it's going to be Martin up the middle, bulldozing it. I don't think he got in. He's pretty close, though.
45, Ryan Martin.
Yeah, he's at the 3.
About a 3, yeah. About a 4-yard gain on that play.
About 4 on the play.
I expected
second and goal from the 3.
Another handoff right to Martin here. Just try to punch it in and
let the big man eat.
Give it to him. 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Interesting to see what Bristol-Plymouth is going to do here when they get the ball back. Run it or pass it. Running hasn't done anything, but whistle being blown. A timeout called by Case.
Full timeout.
So we're going to take a break.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the winning ticket in the Friends of the Cardinals 50-50 raffle. The winning number, 626. 3379.
A lucky fan just won some money in the 50-50 raffle.
3379. You can pick up your prize at the concession stand. It is $135.
Wow, $135. Someone walked in here to watch a football game and is leaving with $135 in cash. So
You can't show me 135.
not so bad.
I was expecting it's half of it.
Not bad at all. At least they're going to get out of the huddle here.
You cannot touch money anymore.
9:04. All sorts of interesting stuff going on in this booth tonight, with food being delivered and a PA announcer, and
It's been a good night.
it's been interesting. It's
A
been
crazy
nice.
one, but a
I've
good
been up
one.
here when it's been freezing and cold, so it's a little A little different here.
Yeah.
Now it's a little different because we have lots of expensive equipment up here. So that would end poorly as Adam Kitchen nods his head yes next to me.
What was it, the Cohasset night? When it was
Down below
Absolutely
for the Cardinals.
freezing. Yeah, the game last year.
Bristol-Plymouth 3.
couldn't
Probably
feel my
about
toes.
30 degrees. Hand off to Martin
Martin
inside, and I think he did he get in? I'm not sure.
By number
Well, he looks like
49,
he's short.
Martin.
He stopped at about the 1.
Gain of about
He's
2
short.
on the play. We'll bring up 3rd down and
We have a
goal
good
from
side
the 1.
angle going right now on the camera. I can actually probably see it on the side angle better than the game itself.
So on this play, you'd expect a run here, unless you Pete Carroll. But you should expect a run.
Yeah, I would say Pete Carroll's not the other coach, and Marshawn Lynch is his running back. Jared, you have to admit, though, that was a fantastic play by Malcolm Butler in that Super Bowl. Eye roll, there it is. Jared is not really the biggest Patriots fan, as you can probably tell right here. We had a discussion about this before. 3rd and goal for Case on the 1-yard line. Silva, toss play to Martin, and in he goes.
He's in.
A touchdown for Case. Ryan Martin takes the pitch, and in he goes for a touchdown. That'll make it 41-7 for Case.
Makes the score Cardinals 41, Bristol-Plymouth 7.
So they didn't run the ball, but it wasn't a direct handoff.
Oh, that looks like they're going to keep going with the extra points here.
I mean, why not get some extra practice in? Had a couple fans who just walked by the camera and made it shake a little bit. I saw that right here. Rebello out to do the kicking again for Case for the extra points. Some scrambling going on by Bristol-Plymouth. Extra points up, and I think he got that.
Good.
It is good. It's right down the middle. That'll make it 42-7 in favor of
8
Case.
play in the game.
8 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. In the game, Case is just kind of coasting at this point to their first win of the year. I'll see if they can leave it at 42-7 or if the score will change. Yeah, Jared, I know we talked about it before. You're not the biggest Patriots fan in the world, but that's okay.
Hey, you know what, though? Malcolm Butler's a good corner, and he's going to get his recognition, I guess you would say, out of Tennessee.
Tennessee inexplicably never played in the Super Bowl. No one really ever.
Yeah, who knows what happened with that situation. You know what? I don't think it makes that big of a difference. I think what made a big difference in that Super Bowl was the wide receiver being out. I forget his name. Brandon Cooks.
That
was a tough blow. That was a tough blow for New England.
Didn't get to play, but Nick Foles wasn't a career journeyman quarterback. Became a cult hero then with the Eagles. Won the game the other night against Atlanta. It was rather ugly. I watched some of it. It was not really a great game, but that's all right. The NFL opening kickoff is this weekend. Detroit, as you said, plays Monday night against the Jets, which is an interesting Monday night football matchup. Detroit and the Jets. Patriots play 1 o'clock on Sunday against Houston Texans. My Jacksonville Jaguars play against the New York Giants, a team that many New England fans don't really like because they beat the Patriots not once but twice in the Super Bowl, one of which when New England was undefeated. As Jared, the sheepish smile you're giving right now, remembers so fondly. Kickoff underway for K is going to be fielded by Carson for Bristol-Plymouth, and he'll be tackled up at the 35-yard line. That ball came out. I think Carson got it, though. I thought I saw the ball come out.
I thought I saw that, too.
It doesn't really matter. Carson on the return. So Bristol-Plymouth has run 3 plays this half, and they lost 4 yards.
Do you think they're going to pass it?
I'm just perplexed because their passing game looked so strong to start. Maybe with the fumbles, they gave it up. I'm not really sure. Interesting to see if the same quarterback stays in or if they let the JV guy take a couple of reps. Same thing with Case. I'm wondering if Silva's going to stay in the game, or I'm not sure who the other quarterback on the roster is. I think Aiden Bates is a freshman. Is on there. Jake Costa is on there too for Case. And it looks like Barrows is staying out there for the Craftsman. Roman Barrows, number 10, been the quarterback all game out of the shotgun. And it's another handoff. They're just going to keep it on the ground. That's Pitsley. He's got some space in front of him, though. There goes Pitsley, tackled out near. I think he got a first down on that. That run was pretty good. Bristol-Plymouth, Marcus Pitsley. He's the one who, remember, had the late
he's about a yard
hit
short.
Penalty on Case before. I believe they're going to mark him a yard short, yes. 7 minutes and 53 seconds remain in the game.
The play brings up 2nd down and 1.
2nd and 1 for Bristol-Plymouth. Not really moving too fast out there. They're still huddling. I guess they're just kind of mailing in at this point. A lot of movement going on. It's like a stampede of buffalo up above us. 7.5 minutes to go in the game. Barros out of another shotgun. And another handoff to Pitsley. He's going to bounce inside. Excuse me, that's actually Carson. And he's going to get a first down on that play, then be tackled short. One of the running backs have a number that ends in 4, so it's hard to see sometimes. That was James Carson, number 34.
Tackled by number 63, Lucas Canario.
Case coach just came out from upstairs. It's heading toward the sidelines, I imagine. It's the first down for Bristol-Plymouth. I believe that's the first one of the half. One of their only ones of the game. They really have done nothing. 7 points came by virtue of a kickoff return by Carson in the first quarter when everything was crazy. Barris out of the shotgun again. 2 running backs, one to the either side of him. Another handoff inside to Carson, cutting to the right, and nice tackle there from Case. That was number 35. That was Logan Medeiros.
Tackled by number 35, Logan Medeiros.
Nice wrap. That could have been a lot worse than it was. About a 4-yard gain for the Craftsman. 2nd and 6 from the 50. Case cheerleaders are out there doing a routine right now. Very hard to talk about what's going on in the game when there's all these distractions going on. Kind of have to.
Yeah, you're right in the thick of it.
Right, yeah. The Somerset Berkeley game, we had headphones because there was the radio announcers right next to us. That was a really nice atmosphere when we had that last year. Snap again to Barros, and it's going to keep it himself, going to his right. Cutting back in now, back to the right, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds. I believe that was number
10, Roman Barros.
32 for K's. Keegan Moniz, I believe, was on the tackle for that, but I couldn't quite see. I believe it was Moniz. I see some new faces in there in the Case defense, so I think they've gone to their backups.
1st and 10, Craftsman.
I see some freshmen in there right now for Case. Let the younger guys get some reps in. I mean, they're up by 35 points with 5.5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, it's a good time. This is what you want. Get the young guys some reps in there.
It wouldn't surprise me if Bristol-Plymouth comes out and scores a touchdown here. Not that it really matters. Make it 42-14. And the snap is over the head of Barros, and he's going to try to salvage something. He's got so many Case players chasing him, and he's going to be tackled just past the 50. The music with this, like a chase scene going on. That's what it felt like. Number 84, Preston Dyer, into the tackle there for Case, who just got an ovation from the crowd. Freshman in there just got the tackle. I believe that is Clayton's younger brother, but it is. I just got the word that is Clayton's younger brother. Cameraman just turned around and told me that. That's going to be a huge loss. 2nd and 19. So even the freshman team is out there doing a good job for
putting in
Case
work
right now.
I don't know about you, but I started Case on my fantasy defense
right,
tonight.
Excellent. D3 high school fantasy football. You gotta love it. In Massachusetts. Barros out of the shotgun again. It's actually a pass play. Wow. And he got
him.
Over the middle, that was Carson. And Carson's going to be tackled to an ovation from the crowd. Out to the 10-yard line. I was actually so taken aback, I forgot who anybody attention who caught it was Carson on the receiving end of that.
Look at that, they passed again, they get a big game.
Number 52, Tony Delk, I believe, is on the tackle for that for Case. The crowd is going crazy right now. These players are in there playing these tackles. 3 minutes, 52 seconds.
I got to comment on this. I'm going to go to sleep tonight wondering why that Bristol-Plymouth did not continue with the pass.
Wait, I truly do not know why Bristol-Plymouth did not keep passing the ball. Barros has a great arm. Let's see if they're going to pass it here. They're going to run. They're going to run it again to Pitsley inside. He's got some space. He's going to bounce off. Pitsley's going to be wrapped up. Did he get in? I don't think he got in. It looks like he's short. No, he is in. Touchdown. So Bristol-Plymouth is the score. Marcus Pitsley on the run. That'll make it 42-13. Playing against a freshman defense right now for Case, but still get the younger guys a little bit of practice. I played freshman football. I was terrible. I only played at the end of the game, but it was still fun when I went in.
Freshman
It's
13.
42-13. 3 minutes and 25 seconds. I would imagine we're going to see the freshmen in on offense too for Case. At this point, you don't want to risk an injury. And Craftsmen are going to line up to go for two, actually. I thought they'd kick an extra point, but a 2-point conversion. Barrows rolling to his right. He's going to throw for it, and it's no good. That was Aiden Cork, his tight end, he tried to throw it to.
Conversion, no good.
I'm actually surprised they went to throw for that, but they didn't get it. Regardless, 3 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the game. The score is 42-13. Case defense comes off the field to an ovation from the crowd. You're going to love that. And Case's offense, who, like I said, I would imagine we'd see the backups. With a score like this, let them get some practice in.
And this should be about it. I think they might try an onside kick here, but we'll see.
Right, 42-13. Yeah, a part of me wanted them to get that 2-point conversion because you never see a score of 15 in a football game. There was a preseason game, who was it, Cleveland and Chicago, 5-0.
Yeah.
5-0.
It was Cleveland and Philly, I believe.
Okay, I don't remember who. What, 5? That
5-0, a baseball score.
That was just very bizarre a score. You know, the entire history of the NFL, there's never been a game that ended with a score of 25-18. It's like an itch that you just can't scratch. It's right there.
25-18, really?
There's a YouTube video. It's called The Score-mageddon. It's a Sports Nation, I think, one. It tracks every NFL score. Super Bowl 48. 43-8. Seattle over Denver. The weirdest score I've ever. The only time in the history of the NFL I've had a game with that score. 43-8. So there's some really bizarre scores out there. That could happen. A good return for Case here.
Wow, look at him breaking tackles.
Still going. I believe that was number 6, Aiden Bates. Actually, no, number 9, Joey Gorell. Excuse me. On the capital, this crowd is going crazy right now.
Gotta love it, freshman out there.
I know, the freshman.
Will start first down and 10.
Joey Gorell. I don't see Silva going out. He has his helmet off. I'd be stunned if Danny Silva goes out there. Yeah, he's definitely not going out. Interesting to see who Case is going to put out there as quarterback. They have two others on the roster, Aiden Bates, a freshman, and Jake Costas, a sophomore. They're on the roster. I did not see Chris Costa play in this game for Case. I think he's probably injured. That's number 25. And the backups are going to come out. Number 12, Jake Costa, is going to take over the duties as quarterback. I would expect nothing but runs right up the middle. I have to learn all these Case player names. I see Logan Medeiros is in there. Gorell is in there, number 9. That's Joseph Gorell. And it's a handoff to Gorell up the middle. There he goes. Good run. Tackled after about a 3 or 4 yard gain. I think that was good.
Number 3, Matt Howard.
Actually, excuse me, that was not Gorell. That was Matt Howard, number 3. I couldn't actually see. There it is. Number 3, Matt Howard. Not Gorell on the run. He was the one who returned the kickoff. 2.5 minutes is all that remains in this game.
6.
He's just going to milk as much time as possible. Maybe they'll spring something big. That was a 4 yard game. 2nd and 6 for Case from the 42 yard line. Costa under center. Probably another handoff right up the middle. And it's going to be an inside handoff to the running back. That's Medeiros. And he's going to be spun down just past the marker. Medeiros is on here is a running back. So, and that'll be a 3rd and 5. I don't know, Jared. You think it's going to be a run up the middle?
You know what? I'm going to put my money on that.
I would say it's going to be a run up the middle with a running back.
Maybe they might throw a curveball at us and use the fullback.
Oh, I said a running back with a fullback. But I'd be very surprised if it's anything other than that. There's a wide receiver out lined up, but I'd be stunned if they throw it to him. Costa's just going to take this step. I bet it's a run up the middle. I'm calling it right now. Run up the middle. Oh, look at that. It's a run up the middle. I knew that was coming.
Oh,
Tackle. That was Howard. A gain of about 1 yard on the play.
Carry.
And another standing ovation from the
Gain
crowd.
on the play brings up third down.
That's going to be a 4th down, actually.
Excuse me, 4th down. 4.
A gain of about 1. They've gained 1 yard. Looks like Casey's just going to punt. Bristol-Plymouth is going to be back. That's number 83, Ryan Coughlin. If Casey even bothers punting it, they can just run the ball again for all I know. Actually, are they going to punt? No, it looks like I think they're just going to go for it. Yeah, I mean, why not? Jared, I bet it's a run up the middle.
maybe they might go to the left.
Slightly off tackle? Yeah, maybe. It's a run up the middle. That didn't work. Turnover on downs. Tackle by number 74, Vinny O'Rourke Papil. I said to see a new name on that.
Yeah,
For
it is nice.
the Craftsman. That'll leave 27 seconds to go as Bristol-Plymouth take over and the turnover on downs.
Bristol-Plymouth will start
I was just showed that the Red Sox are
First
currently
and 10.
beating the Astros 2-0.
at the Cardinal 47.
The Astros have run into some injuries this year.
And you know what,
Two
too?
victory.
David Price on the hill. He's already got 5 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts.
David Price, good postseason pitcher. As you found out, an assignment with the Blue Jays cannot pitch in the postseason.
Yeah, can't.
Same thing with Detroit. He did it last year. He was he Blue Jays for one postseason?
Literally a couple months.
A couple of months, right? They went to the AFC not AFC Championship, that's football. American League,
yep.
ALCS, 2 years in a row. 1 year they had a very good shot. It was the Royals. Game 6, they were down 4-3. They had runners on second and third with the MVP up, and he grounded to third. And the next year against Cleveland, they got beat pretty handily, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
At least they didn't get swept.
It was Barros.
Oh, another
Snaps over his
fumble.
head. Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
And the ball is on the ground. Actually, that wasn't Barros. That was Jared Linz, and that is a fitting way to end the game if that's the last play
you
the
might as well just
Bristol-Plymouth
make that your
runs.
last.
Lynn's just going to fall on that.
Covered up at the
Large
30-yard
loss.
line by Jared Lynn.
10 seconds. The crowd's getting up and leaving. Teams are gathering in the middle of the field. That's going to do it here from Cardinal Stadium. The final score is going to be K's 42 and the Bristol-Plymouth Craftsmen 13. Large ovation of the crowd. Why not? A very good way to start the year. This is Tyler Clark for Swansea Cable Access Channel 9, alongside Jared Neville, Director Adam Kitchen, saying good night, and we will see you in 2 weeks for the next Case home game. Goodbye.